and taking our place in that human flesh being offered up in the place of guilty sinners can satisfy a God-sized wrath.
Good news about Jesus. Be encouraged. He's going to judge us someday, you know that?
Yeah.
Do you think you're ready right now if you were to come back, say, like in a year from now?
Probably not.
Do you know how you could, though?
I guess going more frequently to church.
Do you know what most people believe is that they have to earn God's favor by being religious or by being good? And the reason why Jesus came into the world is because we'll never be good enough or never be religious enough. So the message of the Bible is not be better, it's trust in someone better than you. So the Bible says you're saved by grace through faith and not of yourself. Right now you're thinking you can earn your way to God. The Bible says you're not. Can I show you in the Bible where it says that?
I have a friend waiting for me right now, but
it'll give me 20 seconds. You ever heard the term justification in the Bible? Justified? Okay. You might not be in a church that teaches the most important things in the Bible. The word justification means to be declared righteous. How are you declared right by God? That's important. And so in verse 6, Stina says this. We know that a person, what's your name?
David.
I'm Tom. So it speaks to both of us, right? We're both persons.
Right.
We know that a person is not justified or declared righteous. How? You're not justified by works. Not by what you do. Not by going to church. You're not justified by how? What does it say? But through what?
Through faith in Jesus Christ.
Trusting in someone else. You're trusting in your actions. The Bible says trust in Jesus. You got it wrong. That can have eternal consequences. If you think you can earn your way to God by going to church and being good, then you're not justified by faith. That's the message. You need to trust. It's not hard. Jesus is like us, but he's also not like us. He was human, but he never sinned. We're humans, and we always sin. So what the Bible says, stop trying to be good. The message of the Bible is you must trust in Jesus. That's the good news. That's what the word gospel means, good news. The good news is God sent someone to be good for us. And all we need to do is humble ourselves and say, I need somebody better than me. I need to trust in his life. Not just trusting that he exists, but trusting that the way he lived is what saves you. Faith in Jesus means you're trusting in him. His life and death matters to you. And because he suffered and died, when you trust in him, all your crimes are forgiven. And when you trust in Jesus, all of your goodness is Jesus, not you. So the message of the Bible is stop trying. Trust in Jesus. You're justified by faith, apart from being good. Is that good news? So that's what you have to think about. That's what those messages will give you more clarity on. If you die and you're thinking you might be good enough, you automatically go to hell. Imagine you owing a great debt, right? Say you owed $1 billion. What's the odds of you making $1 billion in your life?
Very little.
But then someone pays your debt. Do you owe the debt anymore? If somebody comes in, you're in jail, you can't get out until you pay $1 billion. Somebody says, hey, I'm paying David's debt. Do you have to pay it now? That's what Jesus did for me. He suffered in my place. Literally, that's what I deserve. Suffering on a cross, death, going to hell. He experienced hell for me on the cross. And by trusting in him, I'm not guilty anymore. It sounds too good to be true. But that's the message of the Bible over and over again. And the Bible actually says if you rely on your good works, you're under a curse. Because you're thinking you're good enough. And you haven't read enough of the Bible to know that. But I just showed you one verse. I can show you over and over again where the Bible says you're justified by faith. That's the message, David. Could you do me one thing? Later on today, Google, right? You use Google? Google, Bible, justification. And what does it say all the time? Justified. You see how many times it says you're justified by faith. That ought to prompt you to say, God, I can't get there by my good works. I'm going to trust in Jesus. That's why we come out here. We're not good enough to get into heaven. Even what we're doing doesn't get us into heaven. What gets us into heaven is faith in Jesus. We've read the Bible. God has showed us over and over. So I want you to know, David, you're not guaranteed another day. So you must trust in Jesus. It's not hard, but it's humbling. Okay? Is it a good message? I pray you think about that. I live on the other side of the country. I'll probably never see you again. But I came here because God provided me the means to be here, to be able to share this message. God put you in my path so we could talk today, and you could know that you can be right in God's eyes simply by trusting in the life and death of Jesus. It's good news, right? All right, God bless you. All right, we'll see you. Same here.